Greetings, this is Charles Darwin, and in an earlier video I told you about the seaside alder, which consists of only 3 rare subspecies, one on the Delmarva Peninsula, one in central Oklahoma, where we are right now on the Blue River, and one of them in northwest Georgia. And I told you about how this is a rare species, only those 3 small populations exist, and therefore it's facing extinction. But you know, rare species have another problem. Not just small populations, but also their genetic diversity. Now, when I was alive, I didn't know anything about DNA, I didn't know anything about genes, but rare species have a problem with genetic diversity, which is the raw material of natural selection. They don't have enough of it. This is Dr. Phil Gibson from the University of Oklahoma, and he is the expert on genetic diversity in the seaside alder. Hello. Hi. What can you tell us about the fate of this species?
Right now, the biggest problem is that while each population is genetically distinct, there's no regeneration of new individuals from seeds. And so every time we lose an adult tree, we lose genetic variation in the populations. So as the populations become smaller, there's more inbreeding. With more inbreeding, the trees don't have as much vigor, and eventually they aren't able to maintain a population in an area.
So inbreeding, just like human inbreeding, brings out hidden genetic recessives that aren't so good sometimes. That also happens with trees.
Right.
Okay. Now these trees do outbreed, right? When they cross-pollinate, and they don't produce seeds unless they cross-pollinate. But
the problem is that none of the seeds are finding a place to establish. So even though the trees are still breeding and they're maintaining variation in the seeds, we don't get to see the benefits of that establishing as new individuals.
Is there enough genetic variation in these trees?
There should be. Yeah, there's a lot for small populations like this as compared to other species, but the problem is they don't get to do anything with it.
Okay, so if the seedlings get a chance to establish along here, then maybe there's hope for the species. Yeah.
That's right, but that's the big question, is finding the habitat for them to establish.
Okay, well maybe there's some good news.
We'll see. My students are working on that now.
Okay, would you like to introduce the students?
Sure.
Turn around, there's Michael.
Hello. And operating the camera is Cassie.
Okay, well, this is Charles Darwin. Tally ho, and amen.